Hey everyone, welcome to our first official online lecture for business communications. Whether you're logging in from your couch, your kitchen table, or your favorite coffee shop, I'm glad you're here, and hopefully you're awake enough to soak up all this glorious business communication information. I'm Erwin Swetnam, and I'm going to be your guide through the wild world of professional communication. Before we get started with today's chapter, let me go over how I like to review things. Each class, we're going to start with a chapter summary and take a look at the key terms, which are in the back of each chapter. Think of it as the trailer to the movie you're about to watch. It sets the stage and gives you a sneak peek of what's to come. I won't read all the key terms out loud. You can review those at your own pace, but trust me, having a quick glance at them will make the lecture a whole lot easier to follow. So let's check out what Chapter 1 has in store for us. Chapter 1, Thriving in a Digital, Social, and Mobile Workplace. 1-1, Succeeding with 21st Century Skills. First, we have Succeeding with 21st Century Skills. And we aren't just talking about how to use Zoom. Today's workplace demands people who can adapt to new technologies, communicate effectively, and collaborate across distances. If you can nail these skills, you're not just surviving in today's workplace, you're thriving. And let's be real. The days of spending 40 years in the same office are long gone. Flexibility and adaptability are your best friends. Communication skills and career success. In this section, we're talking about how communication skills and career success go hand in hand. Employers have a lot of candidates to choose from, but you can stand out by mastering one key thing: how you communicate. Think about it. You could be the best at your job, but if you can't express your ideas clearly or collaborate well with others, you're not going to get very far. Why communication and other social skills matter. This part shows us why social skills like teamwork and emotional intelligence matter just as much as technical skills. Sure, you could be a coding genius, but if no one wants to work with you, that brilliance isn't going to get you very far. The economic benefit of your college education. In this section, we look at the economic benefits of your college education. As it turns out, people with college degrees tend to earn more, face lower unemployment, and have better job security. 1D covers the challenges of the information age workplace. Technology, remote work, and constant connectivity are making things easier in some ways, but harder in others. Adaptability and strong communication skills are your secret weapons. 1E talks about how employers view professionalism. It's not just about wearing a suit and tie anymore. It's about how you present yourself in communication, how you interact with others, and yes, even your online presence. At 1-2 is all about practicing active listening. Most people think they're great listeners, but the truth is, we often only retain about half of what we hear. Active listening means fully engaging with the speaker, paying attention not just to their words, but also their tone and body language. 1-2A shows us the common barriers to effective listening. Distractions, assumptions, or internal noise, these are all things that get in the way of good listening. In 1-2B, we learn how to build powerful listening skills. It's not just about keeping quiet while someone else talks. It's about actively participating, asking clarifying questions, and giving feedback that shows you're engaged. Nonverbal communication can be just as important as verbal communication. Even in virtual meetings, your body language, facial expressions, and posture play a big role in how your message is received. And 1-3A shows us how our body sends silent messages. Even when we don't say a word, our posture, eye contact, and facial expressions speak volumes. For example, making consistent eye contact shows confidence, while slouching can communicate a lack of engagement, even if you're silently nodding along. 1-3B is all about how time, space, and territory communicate things without words. Being late to a meeting, that sends a message too. How you position yourself in a room, or even how much personal space you give others, yes, even on Zoom with your background, can indicate respect, power, or connection. 1-3C reminds us that our appearance sends silent messages, even when working online. It's not just about looking good, it's about showing that you take things seriously. Sure, you might not need to dress like you're going to the office, but showing up in clean clothes and looking prepared sends the right message. 1-4 dives into how different cultures communicate and what that means in a global workplace. It's not just about speaking different languages, it's about understanding the nuances of communication, from body language to directness. 1-4A introduces high context and low context cultures. In low context cultures like the US or Germany, communication is pretty straightforward. What you say is usually what you mean. In high context cultures like Japan or many Middle Eastern countries, a lot of the communication is nonverbal, and what's left unsaid can be just as important as the words spoken. 1-4B explains the difference between individualism and collectivism. In individualistic cultures like the US, personal achievement is celebrated. In collectivist cultures like Japan or many Latin American countries, group success is the priority. This affects how you approach communication. Whether you're focusing on I or we can make all the difference. 1-4C discusses time orientation. In monochronic cultures like the United States or Germany, time is linear and valuable. You don't want to be late. In polychronic cultures like many Latin American countries, time is more fluid. Relationships often take priority over schedules. So don't stress too much if a meeting starts a little late. 1-4D talks about power distance, or how different cultures view authority. In low power distance cultures like the United States, it's pretty normal to speak up to your boss. In high power distance cultures like Mexico or China, there's a bigger emphasis on hierarchy and people tend to defer more to their superiors. 1-4E looks at how technology and social media are changing the way we communicate across cultures. While these tools help us stay connected, they also bring new challenges. For example, what might be considered casual and friendly on one platform could be seen as unprofessional in another culture. It's all about understanding the norms. Alright, that's a wrap for today's lecture. Let's quickly review the main points we covered to make sure you're ready to tackle Chapter 1 on your own. 1. Communication is key. Clear and effective communication will set you apart in today's digital workplace, whether it's through emails, virtual meetings, or collaborating across cultures. 2. Active listening. Truly listening is about more than hearing words. It's about understanding the speaker's message and responding thoughtfully. 3. Nonverbal communication matters. Your body language, facial expressions, and posture all play a role in how your message is received. 4. Cultural differences. Understanding communication styles in different cultures is crucial for working in global teams. 5. Technology and social media. These tools help us stay connected, but need to be used carefully, especially when communicating across cultures. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, and make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next business communications lecture. See you next time.